What's going on, guys? It's Clutch Plays here, and today we are going to be going over 5 potential starting lineups for the Knicks heading into the 2019-2020 NBA season. These starting lineups aren't just going to be the best 5 players on the Knicks, rather a combination of players who complement each other's games. Also, a few of the starting lineups may seem a bit odd, but last year the Knicks tried out so many different starting lineups, and on top of that, Fizdale loves to experiment with different lineups. The Knicks may be the deepest team in the entire NBA, so they have a lot of players who could very easily start on the first game of the season. There are many different ways the Knicks could go to start the season depending on what their focus is. For example, we don't really know yet if they're going to start the season playing their veterans to try and win as many games as possible, or try to develop their young players by playing them as many minutes as possible. Obviously, the second option would be the better one, but at this point it's hard to say what the front office and coaching staff is thinking, especially so far away from the start of the season. That is why I'm going to be explaining 5 different starting lineups for this upcoming season in this video right here. Before I get into the lineups, the 2 automatic locks in the starting lineup are Mitchell Robinson and Julius Randle, but after that it's a pretty open competition. So with that said, let's hop right into the starting lineups. The probable starters. Probable starters consist of Dennis Smith Jr., RJ Barrett, Marcus Morris, Julius Randle, and Mitchell Robinson. If I were to take a guess at what the Knicks opening day starting lineup would be, I would say this lineup right here. To begin, as a whole, this lineup has the perfect balance of shooters, shot creators, and defense out of the entire Knicks roster. DSJ has been laser focused on improving his 3-point shot this summer, which is perfect for the Knicks because of their lack of shooting on their team. Next, RJ flat out can't shoot and will come into the NBA as a playmaker slash shot creator, so for him to be at his best, he needs shooters to surround him, and he will hopefully have 3 in this lineup right here. To continue, Marcus Morris is a proven leader who will help this team of young players without egos work on both sides of the ball. He also has a great 3-point shot as he shot the 3-ball at 37.5% last season. Mitchell Robinson and Julius Randle are 99% going to be in the starting front court if they're healthy, so there isn't much debate here. Actually, there isn't even a debate. All in all, this lineup has the best odds to be the starters day 1, but we are still so far away from the start of the season, so a lot can change, and probably will. Is shooting important? This lineup consists of Elfrid Payton, RJ Barrett, Kevin Knox, Julius Randle, and Mitchell Robinson. This lineup's name is pretty self-explanatory because there is such little 3-point shooting in an era of the NBA where 3-point shooting is mandatory to be successful. Elfrid Payton is one of the most underrated players in the entire NBA, but he shot the 3-ball at about 31% last season. The best 3-point shooter on the floor is probably Kevin Knox, but if we are going strictly off of percentages, it's Julius Randle, who shot 0.1% better than Kevin Knox. Still, Julius Randle shoots the 3-ball at 34.4%, and if he's your best 3-point shooter, it's not going to work well in today's age of the NBA. Depending on how much Kevin Knox improves his shooting this offseason, will tell if Fizdale will be willing to give this lineup a try to start out the season. Now that all the negatives are out of the way, this lineup is extremely lengthy and gifted on the defensive side of the ball, and they have so many playmakers on the offensive side of the ball. This group will have absolutely no trouble getting open shots. Rather, the real question is what type of shots, and if the shots will actually go in. Another thing that I absolutely love about this lineup is Kevin Knox, RJ, and Mitch are all playing at the same time, and these players are basically our future, and why not get the chemistry going from the get-go? This lineup may be the most talented Knicks lineup skills-wise, but is the veteran leadership and shooting sufficient enough to succeed? The Summer League Knicks. The Summer League Knicks consist of Dennis Smith Jr., RJ, Kevin Knox, Julius Randle, and Mitchell Robinson. In the third starting lineup, it is a variation of the first starting lineup, except Kevin Knox is substituted for Marcus Morris. Kevin Knox has been working very hard on his game this summer, and has barely had any time off. He's been working with the Knicks coaches and staff, so they could very easily reward him for his hard work with the starting role. Although on the other hand, I don't know if this is the right reason to start someone because every single person on the Knicks is grinding this summer. They're all dogs, so they're like going hard in the gym, whatnot. Like, look at this picture of Julius Randle. But honestly, it could very easily be the case. Also, the difference between Marcus Morris and Kevin Knox shooting-wise is not really all that significant, so it could go either way. Right now, basing it off of last season, Marcus Morris was the better player, but who knows how much Kevin Knox will have improved during the offseason. So the only people who know this answer is the Knicks coaches, so this is the reason why this lineup could be a real possibility. By the way, this lineup is called the Summer League Knicks because all the players in this lineup were either at the Summer League supporting the Knicks or playing in the Summer League. Veteran presence. Veteran presence consists of Dennis Smith Jr., Wayne Ellington, Kevin Knox, Julius Randle, and Mitchell Robinson. In this lineup, Wayne Ellington is slotted into the starting lineup for RJ Barrett because the Knicks could very easily want to ease him into NBA action rather than throw him in immediately. I don't think RJ will need to be eased in because he has played high-level competition on Team Canada, but who knows how he'll adapt to the NBA. I mean, he didn't do too well in the Summer League to start. The addition of Wayne Ellington brings a veteran presence as well as a shooter to this young Knicks starting lineup. Honestly, Wayne Ellington is the only veteran shooting guard on this team since Reggie Bullock will be out for the first portion of the season, so by default, he is put in here. Maybe someone like Marcus Morris would be willing to play shooting guard to start, but most realistically, if the Knicks wanted to play a veteran instead of RJ, they would probably pick Wayne Ellington. Personally, I don't know if I like this lineup or not, but hey, it could happen. The newcomers lineup. The newcomers lineup consists of Elfrid Payton, RJ, Marcus Morris, Julius Randle, and Mitchell Robinson. In the newcomers lineup, the name was given because the only player from last year in this lineup is Mitchell Robinson. However, this lineup does lack shooting a little bit, but quite possibly could be the Knicks' best defensive lineup possible to start the season. Elfrid Payton and Marcus Morris were outstanding defensive leaders and players, so the Knicks would strive on that side of the ball. Also, RJ and Elfrid in the backcourt can't shoot, but they can drive and play the pick and roll game pretty well. The combination is not ideal because the paint will be pretty clogged, but I wouldn't be surprised if they made it work somehow. All in all, this lineup is similar to the first lineup, except Elfrid Payton is substituted for Dennis Smith Jr., so in all reality, this lineup is much more possible than you could think, especially with the news saying that Elfrid Payton will have every opportunity to steal the starting lineup from Dennis Smith Jr. as well. So with that said, which of these lineups do you guys think are the best, and what lineup should the Knicks use to head into the season? Also, if you enjoyed this video, please subscribe to my channel. It truly does mean a lot to me, and I would appreciate it so much. And with that said, I'm out, and peace!